Welcome to Good Day LA at 11 right here with us. We're continuing to follow the weather because this is the big story this morning. I'm Roxy Carpadian. Thanks for being here.
And I'm Sandra Enda. Welcome to Good Day LA Plus. Thanks for joining us. All right, we are getting ready for Mayor Karen Bass. She will be updating the city and everyone concerning this big winter storm that we're enduring right now. That's going to take place within this hour. So when that becomes available and when she talks to the press, of course, we'll bring it to you live.
Yeah, it's been a messy day, messy morning. It all started yesterday, of course. Let's take a look outside. Our camera there in Long Beach. There you can make out Long Beach, but yes, you see a lot of rain. We had so much rainfall overnight. I don't know about you, Sandra, but I didn't get very much sleep. It was a bit of a restless night, very loud. Certain areas, ton of wind. You could hear it outside. This right here, Santa Monica, of course. Depending on where you are and how hard you got hit, we've seen mudslides, we've seen flooding, we've seen all kinds of problems throughout the morning, and the rain keeps going. So why don't we go over to Maria right now, and she can kind of fill us in when we're going to get a bit of a break today.
Not so much today yet, guys. So we are anticipating more rain, most definitely. And we've had some impressive rainfall totals. You talked about not being able to get so much sleep last night. And look at the rain totals that we've had just in the last 2 days. So you know it was pouring the last couple of days. Topanga, almost 10 inches of rain so far. Woodland Hills, about 9 inches and a third. The Bel Air area, almost 7.5 inches. DeVore Fire Station, over 3 inches now, because we're adding rain to it as we go. Brea, out in Orange County, 2.28 inches of rain, and a lot more moisture from the south and southwest. This is an atmospheric river-driven storm system. Right now, the axis, or the bullseye of this atmospheric river, has shifted just a little bit. I was just reading up on the latest and watching the satellite radar pictures. Last night, it was centered a little bit more towards Ventura County and Santa Barbara County yesterday evening into last night. Now it's just shifted over to parts of Orange County. A lot of the heavy rain falling there, as well as the Inland Empire. And there's more where that came from as far as that atmospheric river. Picking up some precipitation rates of about a third to about 6/10 of an inch of an hour in San Fernando. Sherman Oaks, the same. This is all part of that area under the flash flood warning. Also, San Bernardino out towards the 215. We're looking at some heavier cells now. Lots of snow falling up above 7,000 and 8,000 feet. And as I look at a cluster of cells just off the coast of the South Bay, we're watching this area right here, getting ready to move into Playa, Dockweiler Beach in about 14 to 15 minutes. So get ready for that. Some heavier downpours headed your way. The atmospheric river extends all the way south into parts of the subtropics. This area of low pressure has stalled, as what we talked about last week. Do you remember on Friday when we mentioned how it would stay there for at least a couple of days, bringing us this flooding and perhaps record rainfall, which is exactly what we got. Yesterday for downtown LA, we got 4.10 inches of rain in 24 hours. More rain expected this afternoon. In fact, instability in the way of thunderstorms is certainly possible. We could see some water spouts, even a chance for some weak tornadoes. So I wouldn't be surprised if that does happen. Tomorrow, the snow level will drop a little bit more to about 4,000, 5,000 feet, and that will then impact our mountain passes as that low pressure system and atmospheric river just slowly eases to the east. I do think by Wednesday, we're going to see a little bit of improvement in the way that that atmospheric river will continue to shift more eastward. But on the backside of this low pressure, we will continue to see chunks of energy, and we'll still see instability. So on again, off again rain from Wednesday to Friday. Dry, milder conditions expected next weekend. So hang in there for that. I think by Saturday and Sunday, we will see plenty more sunshine. But looking at our satellite radar pictures, once again, more rain throughout the day today, into tonight, and into tomorrow. I'll show you the rest of the forecast in a few moments. In the meantime, let's check back in on the drive. We've got Stu in Skyfox on the ground this time, though, but keeping an eye out on the commute. Good morning, Stu.
Good morning, Maria. You know what? I was listening to your weather forecast, and I actually talked to the pilots just before I got back in the helicopter. I wanted to go fly because I could see some blue skies, and they said not a chance. It's actually getting worse. It is IFR. That's flight talk for instrument-rated flights only, and sadly, Skyfox is not. Let's get out to a big problem for the people who are on the roads, and this is going to be a huge problem. Elysian Park, this is a SIG alert, and rightfully so. It's in effect after a rock slide on the southbound 5 to the 110 freeway. Now, that's north and southbound. They have the whole, the whole transition road shut down. So if the south 5 to the 110 is your drive, which so many folks is, right now they have that totally shut down because of a rock slide. You're going to have to make some alternate plans, figure out where you need to be. I hope you get there safely. I'm Stu in Skyfox. Back to you ladies in the studio.
All right, Stu. Poor thing, he's grounded, but I know he wants to fly. And
well, I was wondering, actually, we're inside the studio, and you've been outside in the chopper, but you're still outside. How cold is it?
Yeah. You know what? It's funny, but it's one of those things where it's cold outside, but when I get in here, even though there's no heater, it's just dripping water every now and then. You know, your body, you create steam, and then it gets hot. So I had my raincoat on. I took it off. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to work it out, but it's. You know what? I'm in Skyfox. I am blessed, but it's pretty miserable today. Let's be real.
It's
pretty miserable.
You're dealing with leakage?
Yeah, it's an aircraft. It's an aircraft, not a submarine. Thank goodness. But you know, you're right though. There's so many little things that I want to go see. That rock slide we just talked about on that transition road. That's something that I think it's going to affect a lot of people. That house that got demolished out there. Gigi was out there earlier, but I would still love to see it. And there's so much flooding on the roadways that you know, that we're not getting advisories about. I did get some texts from a friend of mine, Sean Walker. He's out over by the basin. He did tell me the Sepulveda flood basin is closed, and he actually kind of snuck in there and he got some shots of the actual flooding out there. Things are filling up. It is raining in Southern California, and it is becoming all the things that always happen are happening now. And I wish Skyfox could go take a look at some of it, but we can't.
Yeah, everything's happening all at once, which is why it's so dangerous out there. But we're glad you're going to be safe. Thank you. Although we would have liked to have seen some of the vantage points that Skyfox is able to get. Sometimes it's just best to take the precaution. The big story that we were following this morning, the breaking news came that a 6-year-old had been swept away in the LA River. Our hearts were pounding. We were just feeling all the horrible emotions. And then...
Yeah, well, Gigi was telling us about the search that was underway, and then it was called off.
Yeah.
So Gigi has the latest in Studio City. Gigi, some relief this morning.
Yes, definitely some relief. And you were asking what the temperature is out here. Right now it's 56 degrees with a real feel of about 52. And I can tell you it has not stopped raining for at least the last 12 hours or more. It started yesterday afternoon in the valley. Now, you mentioned that rescue. Take a look at the video. Certainly some tense moments for LA City firefighters as they fanned out from Pacoima, the Arleta area, where that first 911 call or that report of someone seeing a 6-year-old boy in the water was made, all the way to points past downtown Los Angeles, searching the LA River for anybody that might have been in it. In this case, the report was it was a 6-year-old boy. Thankfully, no victim was found. Now, this is the second river search today. They had another one at about 1 o'clock this morning where they were searching for a man that someone had reportedly seen floating down the river screaming for help. No one was found in that case. And, of course, these rescues are extremely dangerous, and there is no time to investigate. You get a report a child or a person is in the water, you've got to get in there and start searching for that person right away as another team investigates. No victim has been found, and the search has now been called off. Now, bringing it back here, we have seen all those things that Skyfox wanted to see. We have seen them up close and personal, and I can tell you there certainly is a lot of devastation. This is not just a little rain. This rainstorm has made the difference in people losing their homes. Take a look. Let's go up to Fryman Canyon. This is last night. Part of the hillside came tumbling down, significantly damaging at least 2 homes and forcing the evacuation of 7 more. Now, LA City firefighters helped 16 people and their pets from all of those homes evacuate, while the Department of Building and Safety went around to check the structural integrity of the homes, red tagging at least one of them, which means it simply is not safe to be in. We spoke to folks who live in the area, and they told us they haven't seen a rainstorm like this in a long time.
hard. It was sheets of rain. It was, I've never seen anything like it. I'm from New York. This was nothing. I've never seen anything this heavy, ever.
That's what a lot of folks told us. Now, a similar situation played out in Encino on Boris Drive between Zelza and Lindley. There, an entire driveway moved. The earth literally shifted, that driveway crumbling, hitting a house, bursting the wall, and flooding that house with mud. So this is a situation we've seen throughout the San Fernando Valley this morning. Reporting live, I'm Gigi Graciette. We'll send it back to you.
You know what, Gigi? You made a really good point. When news like that breaks that, you know, someone got swept away, a child in this instance was one of the stories this morning. There isn't time to investigate, right? And that adds to the chaos because everyone goes into reactive mode, and that's exactly what has to happen in order for them to help recover someone if indeed someone had been lost. But thankfully, you know, this story ended well, but you're absolutely right. It's the chaos of it all when a situation like this is going on.
Excuse me, seconds can mean a matter of life or death. That water behind me is moving at 10 to 12 miles an hour. It will carry someone downstream so quickly, you have no idea. That's why they reacted quickly, and it just highlights the amazing work LA City firefighters and our first responders do, and amazing and very dangerous.
Absolutely. That's something they train for, you know, around the calendar. So clearly they went into action as soon as that call came in. Thank you so much, Gigi. But as she was mentioning, just a little bit of water can have a huge impact. And I know kids are excited about the rain. They want to play in puddles. But this is not the storm to do it in, because the impact of water, it runs very quickly. And it is so powerful that it can just move foundations, move vehicles. And you don't want to get caught up in that.
Yeah, I know. It's a good reminder. You're right, though, because kids see puddles and they want to run in and play. I always say, like Peppa Pig, muddy puddles, right? That's the line in the show. That's all they want to do is jump in those puddles, and that's why some school districts chose to actually cancel classes, and it was really up to the parents to make that call. Superintendent Alberto Carvalho made the point to say many of these children and students rely on coming to school to get a meal, and therefore they were keeping schools operating for that reason, and it was really up to the parent to make that call.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of more things that we're talking about, we're waiting for Mayor Karen Bass. She's going to make an update soon. But we're also taking a look at the big concern this morning, an area at Latuna Canyon in Sun Valley. And that's where we were reporting mandatory evacuation orders. They're in effect right now. So this large part of Latuna Canyon Road is a potential danger zone. Officials are worrying that fast-moving mud and debris will catch people by surprise. So police have blocked off that road leading to the evacuation zone, and they're only letting people through at their own risk.
When we get rains, the foothills here gather so it does flood. They said that you know, if you leave, we're there and they're not going to let you back in, and so well, we just decided we'd stick around.
All stocked up? You got everything you need?
100%. Got plenty of firewood, tons of movies.
He's an expert because he's lived off of Latuna Canyon Road since the early 80s, and he says that he's seen plenty of natural disasters.
All right, and that's the firefighters. They actually had to wade through 2 to 3 feet of water in West LA to help rescue people who happened to be trapped in their cars. Driving conditions were a nightmare as crashes backed up traffic all over SoCal. Officials urging people to take it slow this morning. I know I got up a little bit earlier this morning and left just because I didn't know what the roads would be like. And in the back of my mind, we always say, turn around, don't drown. It's something we keep repeating over and over, and perhaps people get tired of hearing that. But truly, especially at night, you can't really tell how deep that water is. And once you're in it, it could just mean a lot of trouble.
That's right. All right. Well, coming up, we are waiting for Mayor Karen Bass and her press conference. So we're expecting that to start right after this break. We'll have it live for you.